and Mo. It is June, which means it is time for one more month of zero waste. So at one more month of zero waste, we break down our zero waste journey into small, easy to accomplish challenges to make our life more zero waste one more month at a time. I've talked about it before, but zero waste is an impossible goal. You can never be 100% zero waste in this life, but you can strive to make improvements in the waste that you create and in the way that you treat the environment. And you can do this in small, simple, and affordable ways every day. One of the other common themes of one more month of zero waste, and one of the other common themes about switching over to a more sustainable, zero waste, and plastic-free lifestyle is the idea of giving things up. We do have to sometimes give up things that we might enjoy in order to lead a more sustainable lifestyle. Now, just because you're giving something up does not mean that you are going without or you are having to have a less fulfilled life. Because we give up meat for one day a week does not mean that we are less fulfilled. It means that we are finding fulfillment in something that also makes the world a better place, extends our time on the planet, and makes us feel better about what we leave behind, both our everyday waste and in our lifetime. Some of the things that we've given up is we've decluttered our homes so that we have removed things that we don't need, donated them to people who maybe did need them, and tried to keep things out of landfill, tried to look at what we accumulate in our homes and find a way that we can accumulate those things less, or at least instead of accumulating those things, we can accumulate more things that are sustainable and better for the environment. We've looked at our trash audit and we've discovered what things we could give up in plastic containers or that are non-recyclable or that we end up throwing into landfill so that we can better our lives by using products and consuming things that are better for the environment, that are not going to end up in the trash. We've looked at composting, and we've given up on the idea that you can just readily throw away food and that food scraps go in the garbage. We've used compost as a way to make sure that we're eating our leftovers and make sure that we're only cooking what we need, make sure that we're only buying what we need, so that when something goes into the trash, it's not going into landfill, but it is going into our compost. We've given up on plastic bags so that we don't need to get a new thing every time we go to the store. We can bring our reusable bags. We've given up on Ziploc bags so that we can use reusable silicone bags instead. Something that's not going to just end up in the trash after 1 or 2 uses, but that's going to last us a long time. In this way, although we're giving up some things, we're also gaining some things in our lives by using reusable bags and making sure that we are not wasting food. We're saving money and we're accumulating money that otherwise would have just gone away from us. When we do our trash audit, we are giving up throwing everything away, and we are gaining the mindfulness of thinking about everything that goes into our trash and what happens to the things that we consume, that we buy, that we purchase after we're done with them. So we are giving something up in one more month of zero waste, but we are gaining something every month in one more month of zero waste. For June, we are getting prepared for Plastic Free July. Plastic Free July is an annual event all around the world that millions of people participate in, where if they're expert zero wasters or if they are novice zero wasters, they choose July as a month to highlight, spotlight, and encourage other people to become more zero waste and more plastic free in their everyday lifestyle. So in preparation for a big push in July, let's give up something plastic in June. I'm still totally amazed and shocked every time I see someone with a disposable plastic water bottle. Now, disposable plastic water bottles do have their place. They are used in emergency situations. They are used in places like Flint, Michigan, where the water is still unconsumable. Plastic is an amazing invention and an incredible resource to use when necessary. But the way that every day, especially Americans, consume plastic and dispose of it immediately is not sustainable. It's not sustainable for America, and it's not sustainable for the places where our plastic ends up in our land, our food, our water, our bodies. As much as disposable plastic water bottles can be a wonderful resource, especially in an emergency situation, using a plastic disposable water bottle every day should become obsolete. We should strive as a global community to never use a disposable plastic water bottle. Again, not everyone can do this. Some people do live in places where the water is not potable. They're not able to drink their tap water. There are other remedies for this. If you live in a place like that, consider getting a filter that will filter out, perhaps a Berkey or a charcoal filter that is a sustainable option to be able to filter your drinking water to be consumable. If you live in a state of emergency, don't feel bad for using plastic water bottles, but try to remember that there are resources to refill those water bottles in a lot of places, and that this is a temporary situation. Hopefully, you'll get out of that emergency state and you'll be able to use a reusable water bottle or drink tap water. But for the rest of us, let's make sure that in June, we do not purchase and we do not consume a single disposable plastic water bottle. Now, if you have plastic water bottles in your house, I'm not saying throw them away. I'm not saying that you should totally give them up. Obviously, we want to use what we already have. But if you find after June and after using a reusable water bottle or using a water filter system that you don't need those water bottles anymore, consider donating them to a situation that is an emergency that may need disposable plastic water bottles. So for June, let's not drink out of any disposable plastic water bottle. If you already conquered this challenge, then give up something else in plastic that you consume. Do you still drink juice out of a disposable plastic bottle? Do you still use ketchup out of a disposable plastic squeeze bottle? Do you still pick up disposable silverware in Whole Foods or anywhere that you might get food to go? Those are just a few of the things that if you're already an expert at not drinking out of a disposable plastic water bottle, that you can give up. A big part of this challenge is to be prepared. So in order to really succeed at this one, we're going to need to get a reusable container for water, and we're going to need to bring it with us wherever we go. That does not mean you have to run out and buy some fancy zero waste water bottle or a clean canteen or a keep cup or spend any money at all. If you have a jar that you've washed out that's lying around, use that. If you have a giveaway cup that you got at a fair or something like that, use that. If you need to bring just a cup from your house, do that. You don't need to purchase anything for this challenge. You only need to be mindful and prepared to make sure that you have water on the go without using a disposable water bottle. How are you doing with these zero waste challenges so far? Have you carried any of our One More Month to Zero Waste challenges into the next months? Have you learned any lessons that you're excited about? Have you found things easy or complicated? If you've been participating in One More Month of Zero Waste, let us know in the comments below, and let us know what you're giving up for June. Are you giving up disposable water bottles, or are you giving up something else because you already don't drink out of disposable water bottles? We will do a checkup later in the month, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.